Well, we are so happy to be here. Truly we are. And to talk about conflict, which is our favorite topic. Actually, Susan and I have been studying and doing research in conflict for the past 40 years. And by the way, as a working married couple, we've had plenty of practice as well. And in those years, I must say, when we study the work that you do, we know you're no strangers to conflict either. As a matter of fact, as we reviewed our work with compliance officers, we came to the conclusion that you deserve a gold medal for the degree of difficulty that you find yourselves in. Really, you do.
Yes.
So in our time today together, what we're going to show you is a way to get right into the middle of conflict, where you really need to be. But to get into the middle of that conflict with a great deal of skill and precision so that you can come out the other end with a problem solved and a relationship actually strengthened.
So we really do believe in the positive power of conflict, even though we're completely aware that it doesn't usually turn out that way, right? I mean, conflict is way too often unpleasant and unproductive. It damages relationships and it often makes problems worse. And so we have learned over our lifetimes to avoid it. But let me share a thought. When conflict isn't working, it's because we are unconscious when we're in it. Think about that. Most of the times when we're in conflict, we become unconscious, reactive, on autopilot. So today, in the very brief time we have together, we will share with you what we believe are very concrete nuts and bolts, skills and tools and models to transform conflict into something conscious and intentional.
And in this conflict, I'm going to be a senior vice president. Susan is going to be a compliance officer. I am a senior vice president with a very close association with the CEO of our hospital. Actually, we play golf every week together. And Susan and I have locked horns before. So in this scene, what you're going to see is not necessarily new to this particular couple, but we're going to show you what happens when things go really wrong in a conversation, and then we'll come back, we'll revisit those notions of intent, impact, content, relationship, and see if we can't get a little more clarity.
Pete.
Yes, Susan, what seems to be the problem?
Well, I can see, Pete, that you are a very busy guy, and so am I, so why don't I just get right to the point and say what the problem is? The problem is that you are undermining my ability to do my job, and you are putting the hospital in great financial risk, okay? There it is, no sugarcoating.
Susan, with all due respect, I see your lips moving and I hear sound coming out. But right now, I get no meaning. What are you talking about here?
Okay, then let me spell it out more clearly.
Please.
I discover Dr. Gibson's nurse accessing patient medical records where she had absolutely no need to know. So I recommend a progressive discipline program. The next I hear about it is an email from you telling me to back off.
So that's what this is about.
That is what this is about.
Well, Susan, you are overreaching here. First of all, this is Dr. Gibson's nurse. This isn't our nurse.
Oh, please.
Second of all, Susan, I mean, not only is this Dr. Gibson's nurse, Susan, but we don't have jurisdiction here.
Okay, wait. Let me just interrupt right here and tell you, perhaps you are not aware of the HIPAA regulations here. Yes, she may be an employee of Dr. Gibson, but Peter, she is acting on behalf of our hospital, providing services to our patients, and so we are liable for any breach.
Susan, let me just be very frank with you. Dr. Gibson is a very important revenue source for this hospital, and he has threatened to take all of his patients to our biggest competitor. Susan, we cannot afford that. We need you to just ease off of that. I'm sure this will not happen again.
Pete, this is a big deal. We can't just sweep this away. You leave me with no choice. I have no other choice but to go to the board and to say you are asking me to turn my back on a serious breach of HIPAA, a major misconduct, and I can't do that because it's also putting the hospital in great financial risk. I will be going to the board.
You see this answer? I'm scared. I'm shaking like a leaf right now.
Fine.
Susan, go to the board.
I will.
Go to the OCR.
Fine.
I don't care.
Okay.
We'll see who looks more like an idiot here.
Fine.
All right?
Yeah.
Good.
I want to really thank you for this illuminating conversation.
I've enjoyed it.
I know how you value the vision and the mission of this hospital, and having had the chance to have this dialogue, I want to say I feel way more part of the team and ready to move forward with you together. So, thanks.
So wait. Before you go, let me just say one more thing. My door is always open.
So let us introduce to you our model for raising delicate issues so that you can do it in a very conscious, alert state and have positive outcomes.
So, step one is converting you accusative into I feeling. So, the word YOU in and of itself is a push. So, converting you to I is very important. And also introducing the opener. Do you remember how Susan came in twice now and she just kind of let me have it? She needed to say, Peter, is this an okay time? And then I'm really worried, or whatever she wants to say it. That's step one.
So I really need to edit out. Remember how I started? You are undermining my ability to do my job, and you are putting this hospital at great financial risk. I have to edit all of that out and instead say something like, Pete, I am really worried. I'm losing sleep over something that I want to talk to you about. Is this an okay time? That's step one. Step two is pinpointing details. No one should ever have to say to you, can you give me an example of what you mean? Because step two is the example. It's the educational move in the model where you teach the person exactly what happened, what they said, what they did, what the situation was, and the impact it had. So, step two, pinpointing details.
And step three is the most counterintuitive move in any of our models. In step three, you acknowledge your part in the very issue you are raising with this other person. You literally say to them, hey, I'm not pushing this one all on you because I know I own part of that problem, and then you say what it is. It's really hard to fight with someone who's taking accountability.
So, and you'll see how I have to struggle, my character. I must come up with a way that I can say to Pete, hey, I'm part of this problem too. It's not just about you, because that's what releases him from feeling he needs to defend himself and instead join with me to co-create a solution. And that is the fourth step, the solution. And I want to be sure that I convey that in order for a solution to work immediately and also last long term, there need to be some key components to it. Here's how we recommend doing it. If I want him to change, I need to start by saying how I can do something different, how I can do something better. And then I ask a very key question. Is there anything else you'd like from me? I must get the other person interacting around the solution. People support what they help to create.
It's a truism.
I need to get the other person co-creating the solution. And only after I hear from them do I get to go to my bottom line, and that is the change I'm asking for.
Place. Well,
So thank you so
guys.
much for the
It's
work you
been a
do and for
pleasure.
having us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.